Hello everyone, welcome to the second part for Microsoft Office tutorials on Word 365. Last time we looked at inserting and formatting text. Today we will be looking at inserting and formatting illustrations. So last time we looked at mainly stuff in the Home tab with text and paragraph. This time we're going to be transferring over to the Insert tab, and if you can see, here's a little agenda. Most of the stuff we're going to be looking at deals with pictures, although I will show you some stuff with shapes and maybe a little bit of smart art at the end. So the first thing with pictures is inserting, and that's really simple. If you go to your Insert tab and you go to Illustrations, the first one is Pictures. You click the drop down and you can insert pictures from 3 different places: your device if you have it downloaded, a stock image, or online. But online, you never really need to use it. The first one, if you want to use, probably the most common, is from this device. If you click it, it'll bring up a file browser. So this is if you can browse any files you have on your desktop. So if you want to insert one, or let's say 2, so I'm going to insert Texas flag and hit Control and also click Fire, and I can insert 2 pictures. So as you can see, it's kind of a common known thing that when you move a picture in Microsoft Word, it completely changes everything. But there are simple ways to fix that. If you click on an image once, it brings up this border, this resize border. If you click it twice, it'll open the Picture Format tab here on the ribbon. If you click out, you can see it's not normally there, but when you click on an image, it adds it. Now, if you look at the top right, when you click on an image, you have this button that says Layout Options. This changes how the image interacts with the text. The default is inline with text, which basically means it acts as a block of text. So I can move it, before words, I can move it in the middle of paragraphs, but it's really hard to, make it look nice. There's another option, which is this one. It's called Tight. This allows you to move the picture freely around the page. And personally, this is the one I use. And as you can see, it automatically moves the text to fit right around the picture. The third option that I'll show you, which is also the most common, is the bottom right. It's called In Front of Text. When you click it, it moves it in front of all the text. So you can also drag it around the page freely, and when you notice, when I move it around the text, it doesn't actually move the text with it. It just keeps it in place and then hides it behind the picture. You can do the same. I'll do the same thing with this. I'll move it in front of text. So now you can see that my text has returned to normal, what it was before, and I have these 2 pictures and I can move them anywhere around the screen. Another common thing you'd want to do with your photos is you want to resize them. You make them bigger, make them smaller. So once you move them to wherever you want to, let's say in the middle of the page, and to the right, all the way to the right margin, there are 2 different ways you can resize it. You can either do it by hand or eyeball it. You can click any of these dots around the edge and change the size, either the horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Or if you want a more precise size, let's say it has to be within a certain limit, you can double click on it to open the Picture Format tab, and all the way on the right hand side is a group called Size. You can change the height and the width from here. So let's say I want it to be 3 inches tall and 2 inches wide. So as you can see, when I tried to change it, it automatically changed the height. That's because it is locked. The height and width are locked together. So if you click on the pull out tab, you can change you can uncheck lock aspect ratio. This means that if you change the height, it won't change the width with it. So now I can change this to be 3 inches tall and 2 inches wide, and it will change the height and the width separately without them being locked together. If you want, you can check that box again, and now if I want to make it 3 inches wide, it'll automatically adjust the width as well to be the same aspect ratio. Now, as you can see, we have two pictures, and the Texas flag is behind the picture of fire. But let's say I wanted to change that. There are a couple different ways. All of them are really easy. I can move the flag all the way to the front by double clicking on it to bring up the picture format. And in the arrange group, I can bring it all the way forward. This will move it in front of any text. Or similarly, if I want to send it all the way to the back, I can send to back. Now let's say you had a lot more than two pictures and you wanted them all in a certain order. I can click selection pane and it'll bring up all pictures I have. In this case, it's only two, but if you had many more, they would all show up here. And you can change the order of all of them individually. So if you had 4 pictures and you wanted the first one on top, second one behind it, and so on, you can change it so that it's really easy to see all of them. Another thing, I'm going to move this to the front. You can see that the actual size of this picture is more than I want it. The box comes up and below it. If you want to crop it, if you didn't already see it, on the right hand side, right next to the size, is crop. You click on it once and it changes the dots around the edges to these more edge looking pieces. And I can bring them down and bring this up, and that'll fit to be the size of the flag. I can unselect it and now it crops the image to that size. You can also, this doesn't just work with clear background. If you actually wanted to cut an image, if you wanted to chop someone's face off of the family photo, you could crop their face out from the side and you'll be left with whatever you leave remaining. Another feature included in Microsoft that deals with pictures is it makes it easy to change the style of your pictures. So there's this large group called Picture Styles. Right, you have some more fine tweaks. You can change the border, you can change effects, and you can change the layout. But there's also some themes that Microsoft has, which you can use to easily add some variety. Some of them are pretty extreme, others are a nice simple postcard border. Now, for those of you who are smart, you might have realized one thing about this flag, and that is that it's actually the wrong way. The star is supposed to be on the left-hand side, and then the stripes are on the right-hand side. If you want to rotate an image, if you haven't noticed, there's a rotate symbol at the front. You can change it, degree by degree. Or if you want to simply rotate it a certain amount, you can click the rotate tab on the arrange group, and in this case we want to flip horizontal, and that will mirror the image. So that's pretty much all the basics you need to know on pictures. If there's anything more you'd like to know or want me to show you, you can leave it in the comments, and I might make a video about it in the future. Another thing, now the next part of this video that I want to talk about is also deals with the Insert tab. This time I want to talk about shapes. Shapes are really similar to pictures in terms of the way you can format them, the way you can change them. If you click the Shapes tab, you can see there's a lot of different shapes. You know, your basic rectangles, triangles, circles, but you have some more unique ones. You have some arrows, you have some stars. Let's just insert a basic oval. When you click on it, your cursor will change to this crosshair, and you can click and drag to make a freestyle shape. Or if you hold shift, you can lock the aspect ratio 1:1, create a perfect circle, perfect square, whatever it is you want. When you let go of your mouse, it'll insert that shape in this default blue color. And it has the same layout options, except this time it's automatically set to in front of text, so you can move it wherever you want on the page. Like I said, shapes are really similar to pictures. If you double click on them, it'll automatically bring you to a shape format tab. You can change the size, you can change the layering. So this is a good time to show you again. If I want the oval all the way in the back, it'll be behind both pictures. If I want it in the middle, you see, it's more easy to see now. I'm going to bring this to the front just so I can show you guys. And if you look in shape styles, on the right hand side you can see shape fill and shape outline. Picture had the same thing, except these are more often used with shapes. The fill, as you would expect, is the inside. You can change it to any color, or you can change it to no fill if you want to make it transparent. The outline is the same thing. You could change it to any color or make it no outline. I'll make it a standard black and make the weight thicker so that it's easier to see. One key difference between shapes and pictures is if you right click on a shape, there's an option called add text, and it's essentially you can add text in the shape. So this, sorry, I forgot. This is actually a good time to show you that inserting text into a shape is just like inserting text anywhere else. So this text up here that's on the page, you can format it exactly like you would any other text. So if I come to the Home tab and I make the fill black, I can increase the font size, and now you can see it instead of being white on a white background. And now you can just write anything. This is a rectangle with a blue outline. And now if you move this shape, the text comes with it. Now that's all I had for you today. That's all I wanted to talk about. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for future videos on Word 365 and hopefully other applications. Any questions, you can leave them in a comment and I'll try to answer them, or I might even talk about them in future videos. Thank you very much and have a good day.